Okay, you're right. I'm just going to go with the solutions now to this consolidation sheet. I'll just get the right color pen up a minute. Here we go. That's better. Right. So remember the first one, area of a rectangle. Remember that the area of a rectangle is just the length of the rectangle times the width. Okay, so this first one, the area is just going to be 14 times 6, which is 84. Remember, because it's an area, we're going to be counting squares, so it'd be 84 cm squares. And then part B, the area is going to be length times width, so 13 times 1.5. And if you do this, then you're going to get 19.5. Again, cm squares. Very easy. Okay, remember the area of a triangle. Remember the formula is base times height divided by 2. Okay, so for this first one, the area is going to be, well, the base is 4, the height is 13, and divide by 2. If you work this out in your head or on the calculator, right, then you're going to get 26 centimeters squares. And part B, the only problem with part B is which height do you use? Because the base is 5. Do you use the 7 or the 9? Well, you use the 9, okay, because the height is the straight height, the vertical height. So you're doing 5 times 9 divided by 2, which is 22.5. This time it's going to be meter squares because my lengths are in meters. Right, trapezium's area, the form's a bit more complicated, remember. It's 1/2 times A add B times H. I'll explain all that now, okay? So question A, right, the formula, write that down. And remember now, okay, A and B are the parallel sides. So this is going to be A, and that's going to be B. They're the two parallel sides. And H, again, is the vertical height. So H here, okay, is 4. This 7 is useless. So I've got to do 1/2 3 plus 5 times 4, okay? Remember, brackets first. The bracket, 3 add 5 is 8, okay? All right? And half of 8 is 4. So it's like saying 4 times 4, which is 16 centimeter squares. Again, part B, I know it's a trapezium, so I'll write the formula down again. Sorry, 1/2 bracket A add B. H. All right, so now A is 7, B is 9, and H is the straight height, which is 6. So it's going to be 1/2 of 7 plus 9 times 6. Again, work it out, okay? See the bracket this time is worth 16. Half of 16 is 8. 8 times 6 is 48. This time round it's going to be millimeter squares. Job done. And then question 4. Right, the surface area of a cube. I'll just do a quick time check to make sure I'm not running over time. No, I'm doing great. The time, remember the surface area is the area of all the faces on these shapes. All right, remember with a cuboid, there's 6 faces. You got the front face, the back face, the top, the bottom, and then the 2 sides, which I call the right-hand side and the left-hand side, okay? So, but the front of the cuboid is here. See this front rectangle here? It's a rectangle, so it's going to be length times width, which is 7 times 4. Okay, and this will be 28 meters squares in this case because I got my measurements in meters. Hopefully you can see the back and the front are the same shape, the same size. So this is going to be the same again. Okay, 28 meter squares. The top, let me try and get a different color up here. I'm sure I can if I just pick the right. Yep. First I'll go for blue. Maybe is it? So with the top, here's the top. The top is this blue shape here. Okay. All right, and it's still a rectangle, and hopefully you can see that it's going to be 7 long, and that's going to be 2 there. Okay, so it's 7 times 2, which is 14 meter squares, and the bottom's the same as the top, so it will also be 14 meter squares. The right and left, so here's the right hand side here. Hopefully we can see this is going to be 2 times 4, which is 8 meter squares, and the left the same as the right. And remember now to add them all to finish off to get a total surface area. You're just going to add all these numbers together. So you do 28, add 28, add 14, add 14, add 8, and I think that's 100. Yeah, it is 100. I think 56, and then 70, 84. Yeah, it's bang on 100 meter squares. Okay. Perhaps you want to pause that and write that down there, because I'm going to have to clear the screen now to get question B on the go. All right. So I'm going to cheat a bit here on question B. Okay, I'm going to keep the frame of my answer and just alter the numbers when I need to. Okay, and actually this one's really easy because shape B is a cube. All right, remember a cube's a 3D square, so it means that this is also going to be 3 millimeters, and this is going to be 3 millimeters here. So the front, hopefully you can see, is going to be 3 times 3, which is 9 millimeter squares. And again, I think it's common sense now. See that the back is going to be the same. Can you see that all the face is going to be the same size because they're all squares? So that's going to be 9 millimeter squares. That's going to be 9 millimeter squares. This be 9 millimeter squares. Okay, and so will the left as well. All right, and obviously add them all together now. Okay, I'm just going to do 6 times 9, which is 54 millimeter squares. Okay, so cube's easy because all 6 faces are the same size. Quick time check. No probs. Right, a cuboid's volume. Remember, a cuboid's volume, the formula is easy. Okay, it's just length times width times height. Okay, so for question 8, the volume is going to be, I'll call it V for volume. The length, which is 4, the width is 3, and the height is 6. 4 times 3 is 12. 12 times 6 is 72. So now volume is about counting cubes. So this is going to be 72 centimeter cubes. Part B, just as easy. 14 times 3 times 3. 14 times 3 is 42. 42 times 3 is 126. This time it's going to be meter cubes. That one's very easy, isn't it? Very easy indeed. Right, area of a circle. Remember the formula is pi times radius squared. Okay, so remember question A, this 10 here is the radius. Remember the radius is from the center to the edge. So this is the radius here, okay? So I've just got to do pi times 10 squared. Okay, now it says here that pi is 3.14. So 3.14 times 10 squared. Because of bit mass, do the squaring first. 10 squared means 10 times 10, which is 100. And so now you're going to get 3.14 times 100, which is easy. 314 millimeter squares. Part B, careful with this one, okay? You wouldn't do pi times 200 squared, okay? You would only do pi times, so you don't do pi times 200 squared, all right? Because 200 is the whole thing, that's the diameter. The radius here, okay, is halfway across, which is going to be 100. So I've got to do pi times 100 squared, okay, which is 3.14 times 100 squared. Now 100 squared is 10,000. If you multiply these together, 3.14 times 10,000, you're going to get 31,400. Kilometer squares. Okay, that's that one done. And I've just got time to finish off, actually, I think, question 7. Circumference of a circle is easy. The formula this time, okay, is pi times the diameter. All right. So this one, I got to do pi times, well, the diameter for this one is 2, because the diameter is all the way across. Okay, and this 2 is all the way across. So it's got to do pi times 2. So 3.14 times 2, that's going to be 6.28. Remember, okay, circumference means the perimeter of a circle around the outside. So obviously, if you walk around the outside of the shape, you just walk in centimeters. You wouldn't walk in squares because you wouldn't go anywhere, okay? And you can't walk in cubes because you'd be going 3D. Last one then, this one, pi times diameter. Now be careful, okay, because the diameter here, okay, is not 5. It's double 5, which is 10. Okay, so it's 3.14 times 10, which is 31.4 meter squares. Oh, sorry, my fault. Just meters, because remember, circumference means perimeter. So I'm walking around this circle. I'd be walking in meters, okay, not meter squares. We're all done. So thanks for listening. Hope that was helpful. Catch you soon.